Oh my God, that didn't work.
Oh, Julio.
Hey, I
Oh,
like it.
difference.
I like it. We're all
All
different.
right. I can't believe none of you guys put Ohtani.
Oh,
It's just
I
well,
I
it's funny.
I thought long and
Josh and I
hard.
went with the favorites for rookie of the year, and you went with the favorite for ALM or for MVP. So it's kind of
Yeah.
funny
True.
our different approaches there.
Right.
I thought about it long and hard. Trust me.
Me too.
I don't need to explain. I mean, we can really. This is a pretty self-explanatory category. Probably we'll see about the NL. I know might have a little more variance, but Otani, he's going to do the same thing he did last year. I don't think Judge is going to hit 62 again, and he also pitches. Yeah, and he's pretty good at that too. So
We might see his name come up later on.
yeah, for the World Series champ, Shohei
Oh,
Yeah,
win
right.
himself, just himself.
So yeah, I went with Julio Rodriguez. It's
wow.
his sophomore season, which is a little scary because we tend to see a little bit of regression in rookie of the year sophomore seasons, but I don't think that is the same. That will not hold true with Julio. I think Julio is going to be an all-star. I think he's going to win the MVP, and I think he's going to be all-star for the next 10 to 15 seasons, hopefully. I just really
Wow.
enjoy watching him play. He's a super fun player to watch, and he is incredibly good at baseball. So, Julio, my boy. I have plenty of fungible Julio too, so that kind of plays into my prediction a little bit.
Okay. So you're trying to speak it into existence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Real
I have none of these cards, which speaks to my gallery, maybe lack thereof. I went with a little bit of a conventional, unconventional. I'll
Mm-hmm.
say it that way. Mike Trout, in case you don't know baseball that well, is an extremely good player. But he did not have the greatest season last season. I think he was injured for part of the time. That would explain it. Again, that Mike Trout doesn't have bad seasons unless he's hurt. Obviously, big risk to me is he is another year older. He's still on the Angels, which we've established suck, even though they have the best players. Maybe they do better. To be honest, if I'm willing a Trout MVP season, I think a trade is involved, and I don't think he stays on the Angels throughout
That's
the whole year.
whoa.
So I
Padres?
think for me, if Trout wins the MVP, he's not going to be an Angel for this year, for all of it, I
Ooh,
should say.
That's a hot take.
there's a bonus bold take for you there.
All right. Any reason you just like
That's for free.
not feeling the Angels anymore?
I mean, how long has he been on that team? And we can fact check that, but you know,
2011?
yeah, that's just
Yeah, 12
th-
seasons.
I feel like he has kind of had he's kind of like Aaron Rodgers, where I guess he's because he has no ring either, right?
No, the Angels suck.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. I
I
mean,
think they've won like one playoff game or series
at,
with him.
at what point, if he wants to be up there with like greatest or like he's probably the best baseball player that hasn't won a championship. Like that's crazy to me. Every kind of player is held of that caliber is held not just on their like MVP and batting averages and whatnot, but the number of rings matter too in baseball. So again, I think Trout, he's old now. Maybe he wises up and is like, I want to win.
How much older is he than you? 5 years? He's old now.
5 months actually. No.
5 months.
He's got a kid, man. He's got
It's
a
true.
kid.
That's
He's
true.
30. He's 30. He's
Yeah.
31. 30?
Which I mean, obviously is not that old in the grand scheme of things, but considering when did he start playing? Like 18? Or when did he break into the bigs? Like
Probably
he's been on the big
2011, I think it was 10, 11.
yeah. So he's been in the bigs for quite a while, which yeah, would add up to the 18 years old. So again, that's a lot of seasons with no rings for that good of a player. So you got a bonus call. Trout leaves.
All right. I like it. On to NL MVP. I'm excited to see this one. I think
Yeah, this one's a
there's
little
going to
more
be some
fun.
interesting names thrown out there. All right. Ready?
Yep.
Wait.
Oh,
I gotta get ready. I gotta get ready to
wait.
flip my bat. All right,
Three,
you guys ready? I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, bang. I like how mine comes in so big.
Oh,
Okay. Interesting. Um, thought about both of these guys actually.
Really?
Yeah.
so we
Again, I'll save it. We might see some of these names later on. We'll see. But who wants to start? Andrew, Tatis, why?
You know, I love Tatis. I kind of with my theory in terms of I love a good redemption story. I love a good bounce back year. I think Fernando Tatis was just showing signs of absolute brilliance. He got hurt. Or did he get was it an injury or was it some suspension? I
Tatis
forget,
got
but
suspended.
yeah. Suspensions, injuries, same thing. Honestly, maybe suspensions are better because he actually didn't get hurt. So he's coming back at full health. I think he's gonna just rip a lot of homers and he's gonna flip bats and he's not gonna care. So Fernando Tatis.
I mean, kind of same philosophy for me, but Acuna Jr. came off of a terrible, terrible injury in 2021 when he tore his ACL. And he came back okay, but he still was kind of dealing with that injury last year. He played decently, but for his standards, it was subpar. But he's gonna come back fully healthy this season. As long as he stays healthy and has a full season, I think it's his time to win MVP. He has to eventually, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't
I
know.
read
We'll
I
judge when
read
it
an
we'll
article
judge get a ring.
of a guy who is trying to predict the MVP, and he basically said, "I'm just gonna pick Acuna or Soto to win NL MVP until one of them actually does, because each year he picks them
Because
and
it's
they
bound
never
to
win it."
happen.
So
That's
Yeah.
funny.
So I again went a little more deep cut, and he's not going to be your home run leader, and he's definitely not going to be your hits leader necessarily, or even batting average leader. But he's going to put up an all around game, and he's going to do it for a stacked team now. Trey Turner, he's now in the Phillies, and this team now possesses players like Bryce Harper and JT Realmuto and Zach Wheeler, and now they have added World Series champion last year, Silver Slugger, Trey Turner to their list of just stacked lineups. And I think he's going to kill it. And again, he might not lead in every stat, but he's going to put up an over 300 average. He's going to put up a 30 plus stolen base season. And he's going to kill it. And I think the Phillies are going to do good with him as well. So there we go. Trey Turner, a little bit more of a deep cut again, but